But a face on another with a violent heart. Y'all, I'm at like the end of the book. It's not going good. Oh my god, this is the letter she was writing. Y'all, this is not a joke. Hey guys, what's going on? So this is the intro to this reading vlog. Are you moving? I am simultaneously filming another reading vlog, Daisy Jones in the 6th. I am 150 pages in. Yeah, so I'm doing a dedicated reading vlog for this book, and that video will already be out by the time you see this one. So go and watch it if you want to know my thoughts on it. Yeah, this book won't really be in here that much. I'll update you and stuff, but like in depth, what am I thinking? What are my views? Who's Daisy? That'll be in that video. The book that I was reading previously in that little intro clip, that was Timestamps by K.L. Craig. I read that last year, and yeah, that was just footage I just recorded and just decided to add here because I was just like, I'm not going to delete this because this is like nice footage. Like, this is a nice like little crying save. That was a 5-star book, but I won't be reading it because I finished it last year. But yeah, I decided that I would show you guys my TBR for this reading vlog because this is going to be taking place in January. Why not tell you what I'm planning to read? So I have A Psalm of Storms and Silence by Roseanne A. Brown. This is the sequel to A Song of Wraith and Ruins. I read that back in July. So it's going to be almost 6 months since, you know, being in this world. So I wanted to read it in December, but it's pretty thick. It's like 550 pages. So like I wasn't trying to do that. But yeah, I'm ready. I low-key want to read it right now. Yeah. Oh, I have a little note card of like all like the characters and plot points just in case I forget. I remember a good amount of what happened and like all the characters and all the dynamics and stuff. So, but I'm smart for this. So yeah, I think I'm gonna read this. After I read this, I don't know. But then we have Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino. I've been wanting to read this for the longest time. Finally got this, I think, for my birthday. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm excited to read this. This is second chance romance. It's set in college New York. I think in the, you know, it's in one of the times. I think it might be 90s, might be 80s, might be 70s. I'm not entirely too sure. All I know is I'm ready to read this. This is my TBR for this reading vlog. I think we have a good mix of stuff. We have romance, fantasy, and literary fiction. I think we have a good mix, a good blend. Let's see if I read these books and see how I feel about them. So far with Daisy Jones in the 6th, I am liking it. So, hey girl with love in your eye. All right, we're gonna do a God. I've never done a video here. Interesting. So I finished Daisy Jones in the 6th. I finished it, I think, yesterday. That doesn't have any relevance to you. Yeah, look how much I tabbed it. Killing it. Go check out my reading vlog that's gonna come out before this, solely dedicated to this book to figure out how I felt about it. Did that make sense? Hopefully. But now I'm reading Psalm of Wraith and A Psalm of Storms and Silence by Roseanne A. Brown. I'm literally on page like 20. Not even. I'm on page 18. Remember when I said that I remember all the dynamics and basically what happened in the last book? I remember a good amount of what happened. Yeah. No. They're explaining some stuff that happened and it's like a punch in the face. I'm like, what does this word mean? Who hates who? Why do you guys hate each other? Why are you in the lair? That's really weird. Why are you not home anymore? I'm confused. But no, this is why it's great because she does do a little summary in like a way that's not just like an info dump. It's not like a concise summary of what happened in the last book. It's just little things that are mentioned. For example, they were sleeping in basically like a prison cell. Malik and his sisters, and he was like, a lot has gone down in the past few days considering Karina escaped Zeron, stuff like that. Or like he had a dream of Karina. He's like, that's so weird. I had a dream of her when I literally put a knife through her chest a few days ago. So much has happened. And I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen. It's a little confusing because turns out I do forget some stuff. And guys, I literally wrote important stuff that happened to the plot, and half of this stuff isn't even on there. Like half of the stuff that they're talking about and I should remember isn't even on the card. So the fuck is it for? Like, I called myself smart. But I'm smart for this. I'm smart for this. 2 clips ago. Not that smart, because why aren't the most important details not on here? I sent a war coming with Arkawenzi and Ishran versus Zeron. I don't know who that is. See, like, Chandler, are you serious? Because, like, this doesn't help me. I should have written what everything meant, what the different magical people meant, who are the magical people, and what order do they belong to. Like, I literally just, like, dropped the ball. I dropped the bag. I am liking it. Again, I'm only on page 20. I'm not going to say too much. And then, I didn't want to say I was formally reading this because I don't count books that I'm, like, 12 pages into as reading. But no, like, I'm going to be reading this. Like, I will be finishing this. What happened that I was reading this? I was up really late because my period actually made me an insomniac and I couldn't sleep. I think this was at like 2 or 3 a.m. on a school night. I was like, let me just read, try and pass the time. So then I picked up Why Is He the Cover? I'm reading To Hate Adam Connor by Ella Mays. I'm literally on page 13. I might stop reading this, I might not, but I guess it's worth mentioning. Also, my audiobook that I get every month, it's that time again. So I was looking today through my wish list and just books that I would like to listen to. I could continue my Hockey Hottie series. I think the next book in the series is Second Shot with 74? 76, something like that. It's a second chance romance, hockey, stuff like that. But then I was like, do I want to continue it now? Because I've just been in such like a hockey mindset. I love watching it and I'm also reading about it. It's too much. So I'm like, let me take a break from the series. I can always get back to it and start Priest by Sierra Simone because I really want to get to Sinner by Sierra Simone and I want to read that instead of listening to it. So I think I'm just going to listen to Priest because I don't even really want to read Priest. I'm just doing it so I can get to Sinner and I'm trying to follow some story order. So I think I'm gonna read Priest. That was that whole explanation. And that's all I have for you. I'm sweating. End the video. How did I clean my room and it's messy? I look insane. Hey guys, so remember when I said that I might possibly put down To Hate Adam Connor? Yeah, why am I borderline 50% in? Yeah, so y'all. Oh, I just ran up these stairs. Yeah, so I'm on page 203. One more chapter and I'm 50% in. This, guys, I'm pretty sure I've said it once, but Ella Mays is one of my favorite authors. And if I know I want a good time, good book, good laughs, good chemistry, good tension, read one of her books. It's honestly exquisite. I love it. I'm seeing 4-star and we're only halfway done. I see the book only going up, only going up. Yes, I love everything she writes. There's nothing that I don't hate. There's nothing that I don't like from her, and she's coming out with a new book this year, so honestly, like, it's my time to shine. Now, I am also reading the other book, Some of Storms and Silence. I'm still 20 pages into that, so. Oh, I started Priest. I literally put a goal for myself not to read as many romance books. Already in the middle of 2. But it's okay, you know? Things are stressful, things are, you know. Actually, I'm doing fine. I don't know what I'm saying. But it's fine. I'm reading good books. I'd rather read, like, good books and books that I've been wanting to read for a long time than, like, try and force myself to read a book that I'm just not feeling right now. It's not that I'm not feeling that. It's just, like, it takes a lot of brain power to understand. Like I said in the other clip, there's shit that I don't remember and I don't understand. So it takes some brain work. And I'm sorry, but, like, 4 p.m. when I'm, like, ready to sit down and read, brain is shut off from school. Brain is not working. Nothing will be getting done intellectually, academically. So yeah, I just want easy, fun brain food. And that's what this is. Brain food? Okay. But yeah, I started Priest. Y'all, I think we have a new favorite series on our hands. I'm literally on like chapter 4, but it's so good. You don't know what it is. It's about a priest, obviously, and there's this girl who like comes in, what is that called? Comes in for like confession and things get heated. Things get unholy. So that's all I'm gonna say. And it's like an audiobook, but yeah. Reading. Gonna continue this. Gonna listen to that later, finish that. And then probably towards the end of the month, I'm going to finish the fantasy book. And I'm probably gonna read like another romance book while I'm reading that to kind of like help me and balance it out. You know what I mean? And then Before We Were Strangers, I know that's like one of my highly anticipated reads. Guys, I've been wanting to read that book for months, and it just keeps getting put back on the back burner. Like, I literally don't know how I went from setting 3 books to read for this video, and then I end up reading 2 completely different ones. So I'll see you back with an update. I've just been talking. You haven't even been seeing me read. I'll figure it out. Y'all, big spoiler. If you want to read To Hate Adam Connor, do not watch this part. I will have a part where you can skip just in case you want to read this book and you don't want to know the spoiler. 1 second, because I need to bring out the receipts. On page 263, the book is about Lucy. The previous book in this series is To Love Jason Thorne. That's about Olive and Jason. So, spoiler, it's not really a spoiler. You know what's gonna happen. They get together, they get married, right? So this book, they're in there. So Lucy is the best friend of Olive. Lucy got Olive a audiobook deal and stuff like that, right? Very exciting, good news, right? Lucy tells Olive, hey, what I got for you. Olive was like, what are we gonna do? Celebrate mimosas or something? Lucy was like, alcohol. I wasn't sure I could do that. I wanted to drink all the alcohol, all the tequila I could get my hands on, but I was very afraid that I wasn't going to be able to do that for quite some time. So I highlighted that because that was very alarming to me. And I was like, this is true. Why was my first thought, is she pregnant? But they never had sex, but I forgot about Jake. So Lucy and the main guy in this book, Adam, they haven't had sex yet. So I was like, how is she pregnant? So she can't be pregnant. And then I was like, oh, she had alcohol when she went to the party where she got sexually assaulted by that actor, Jake Callum or something like that. So I was like, she probably doesn't want to drink alcohol because of that incident. And then, hold on, she's gonna tell Adam that she's pregnant. Hold on, is this from Jameson? I need to find this out. She might have an abortion. Oh my god, guys, I don't know. Oh my god, now they're kissing. Guys, I don't know. I think this is Jameson's baby. She was sexually assaulted at the party. I don't think they had sex. No, they didn't have sex. So this has to be Jameson's baby. And Jameson's a fool. That means she's gonna get with Adam and, Aiden. Aiden's mom is out of line. They're not together anymore. And then Lucy's gonna have this baby with Jameson. They're not together anymore. But then Adam and Lucy are gonna come together with their separate babies and become a blended family. I love what I'm seeing. Y'all, I had to take a break from reading Priest because it was getting a little too graphic. I'm listening to it. So things are being described and I'm just like, no, because I've listened to I think 4 audiobooks so far, and there's like scenes in them, but in Priest they're making noises. I'm like, that I haven't listened to that before. And y'all, I listen to it when I'm in school because I'm doing like thoughtless activities at school, so I'm like, let me just pop this in. And then I'm doing my weaving, all of a sudden I'm hearing moaning and groaning. I'm like, we need to turn this off immediately. We need to listen to this at another time, or I don't even know if I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue it, but it's really good though. The only reason why I chose to listen to this book is because I thought it was going to be heavy in like religion kind of. I know what kind of book it is, but I thought it was going to like dive into like religion and shit. Like I didn't want to read about that. And also Priest isn't the book that I'm most interested in reading. I really want to get to Sinner. That's why I wanted to read Sinner, but I should have read Priest. It's not even that heavy in religion. It's literally like chapter 7 and they're already doing things. Reading update. So remember when I said I was gonna like get clips of me reading? Well, reading itself has been taking the back burner, actually. I don't know what's really been wrong with me. I actually hit some rocks along the way. I've already kind of explained them to you. With Priest, it was getting pretty graphic, and I was like, do I want to continue like listening to this, or should I return the audiobook? I don't know if that's gonna mess up the system and like make me have to get my audiobook at a later date, and like I don't want to mess that up, so I'm just gonna listen to it, whatever. And it's not that bad. Still in the same place as A Psalm of Storms and Silence. For To Hate Adam Connor, I'm literally like sick. How is it 12 a.m.? This book is something else, like I've been saying. So I'm actually on 330. I'm 75% in. So I should just get this done, get this over with. Not over with, like in terms that I hate this book, so we can finish a book. This is also my dilemma. I want to read a physical book, but another thing is, Remember that video I did cleaning up my TBR? I don't want to have like a million books on my currently reading, because that just stresses me out and makes me not want to read. Very weird, very like reverse psychology, not how it's supposed to be working. Get so stressed and overwhelmed for some reason because I don't know which one to pick. It just gets too much. Like with Daisy Jones and the Six, I was just reading that, and now I'm reading like 3 books at once. I don't know how that happened. It's just, this is such like a hard book to pick up, and even with the first one, it was also hard to pick up. It took me like a month to read it because it's just not easy for me, and it doesn't grip my attention, which is literally insane because with the Grishaverse, I was flying through those books, and also I was having a really good time reading them because, you know, there's just so much dialogue and action and drama, and I cared about the characters so much. In this series, I don't care really about the characters. The only character I did care about is fucking evil. Like, sorry, spoiler. And now I have to hate him. And then also, this book has one of my #1 pet peeves that I have in books. It's just a lot of narration and just big blocks of text and not a lot of dialogue. I love dialogue, and all we get is just big paragraphs, and then it'll be like 2 characters say 2 sentences to each other, and then it's back to the paragraphs. I'm like, this isn't enjoyable for me. I don't like this. And you might be like, just put it down. No, I need to finish the series. I bought this book. I bought this with my money. I'm going to finish it. It's just a lot. I also want to read like a physical book, but I don't want to pick up a new book because then that means I'm gonna have like 4 books on my currently reading. So do you see where my dilemma is? I hope you can see, and I hope I've been explaining it. But I'm gonna get a banana. I was so upset. Like, when that banana hit the floor, I just wanted to jump out the window. Anyway, I'm gonna like get myself situated, and then I'm going to sit down and read these 100 pages and get through probably like another 20-page sex scene. Yeah, I think I told you guys what this is about. Or maybe I didn't. It's about this girl, Lucy, who is watching this celebrity actor named Adam Connor. She climbs on this ladder at her best friend's house and just watches them. So yeah, she's a stalker. It's weird. It's different. And then Adam Connor has a son, and the son is playing outside one day and he is drowning. Lucy hops over the fence and saves him, but Adam doesn't see it that way. He's like, why are you touching my kid? Why are you in my yard on my property? What are you doing? Calls the police. She gets sent to jail. But his kid liked her from the like 5-second interaction. So Adam and his son Aiden go over Jason and her best friend's house to go and apologize to Lucy and just say thank you for saving him and all that stuff. And then like stuff starts happening. Connections start connecting. People start peopling. Love starts loving. The only things that I don't like, the fascination with boobs. I would really love to like see how many times the word boob is used, and it's not even like in a sexual sense. First chapter or so, like she's just going in on her best friend's boobs and how like soft they are. I'm like, what is this? Like, I don't, Ella, babe, what are we doing? I love you, but the sex scenes are crazy. They're just really long. They're happening back to back. I still like it. It's gonna be a 4-star for me. And then this, I can't even really summarize for you. It's a sequel to that. There's a bunch of stuff happening. I can't really tell you what happens in here unless, you know, I spoil it, which I might as well just do. So basically, this girl, her name is Karina. She had to kill him, which his name is Malik. Malik has to kill Karina so he can get his sister back. His sister was taken by some god named Idir. I don't really know. She's in some other underworld. So she needs to kill the queen to get his sister back, and that's what the god that took his sister told him to do, right? Karina needs to kill the king so she can get the king's heart so she can resurrect her mother that just recently died. So to get close to Karina, Malik is going to join this festival that happens like, I forget, like it's not annual, I don't remember, but this like, what's it called when something doesn't happen all the time? Whatever. He joins this event to basically fight to win to be king. So that's how she, you know, has to kill Malik because he's going to become king and win the festival. And yeah, but actually he doesn't even end up winning the festival. Someone else ends up winning the festival. There's this guy. His name is Farid. Farid is like Karina's second-hand man. whatever. They're like friends. They're connected at the hip. Karina had a sister who was in love with Ferret, and they had a little like romantic thing going on. Karina's sister died, and her father died, and her mother died. But her mother died in this book. Her father and sister died. We learned that it was actually Karina who killed her father and sister in this fire that she made up with her powers, because yes, she has powers, and she just magically remembers she had powers at the end of the book. Like, what? So that like falls through for Karina. She doesn't really have to kill Malik anymore because she's marrying this other guy, because this other guy was king, and so she's gonna kill this other guy. But plot twist, Farid kills her husband so he can bring back her sister instead of her mom, because he loves her so much or whatever. And she comes back. She's not the same sister. She's not the same person that she was. Next, Malik still has to kill Karina though, so he can get his sister back. He stabs her in the heart. She dies. The god brings back his sister, but I guess she like resurrects herself or something, and magically she's not dead. Now like the stakes are high. Now the tensions are rising. Karina escapes her homeland with other people, and Malik is staying in like the castle place with Farid and his sisters. So that's what this is. And there's gonna be like a war between people. I don't know. And then Priest, I already explained that to you. So anyway, I'm gonna get myself together and I'm going to read this book and hopefully finish it. I will come to you with updates. I told y'all I would get footage of me reading. Do I look crazy? Alright, y'all. So I finished To Hate Adam Connor. I give this book 1.5 stars. Really good. Anything Ella Mays produces, writes, anything she ever does, anything she ever touches is gonna get a 4-star and above. So I just know whenever I read one of her books, I'm going to enjoy it. The only reason it's not a 5 is because I just didn't get that 5-star feeling. And then also fascination with boobs. That was a little much. And then, I don't know, the side swipe pregnancy scare. I was just like, oh, interesting. And then are we not going to talk about this? Why did she let her ex-boyfriend kiss her on the neck and then kiss her on the lips? You know, you know what? I'm never gonna be mad at that, because I always say, why are the characters so truthful? Why do they feel like they need to get everything off their chest? You know what I mean? What someone doesn't know won't kill them. That's some conflict that we honestly just didn't need. I don't think there was any third act conflict, if I could remember. Yeah, so there was no third act conflict, so that's actually really nice, and I didn't realize that until just now. I really enjoyed this book. Lucy and Adam, chef's kiss, they're so cute. It's just so hard to explain. I can't explain the words, but just the way Ella Mays writes her love stories and her characters just makes me care for them so much. It really feels like they're in love with each other and they care about each other. The chemistry is there, the tension is there, everything is there, and I always believe it, I always feel it, and I always hold it near and dear to my heart because she just writes so fantastically. In her author's note, she noted that she didn't know if Lucy and Adam would get as much praise as Jason and Olive. And while Jason and Olive were cute in this book, I'm gonna have to say, I feel like I'm just gonna like Adam and Lucy more. But I am going to read To Love Jason Thorne some point this year, even though it's brother's best friend or something. Best friend... Y'all know I hate it. Y'all know I hate that. But some exceptions that we do have are Sneaking Around 34, and then possibly To Love Jason Thorne, because again, anything Ella writes, I'm gonna love, so she might be one of the exceptions. So yeah, I'm gonna read that some point this year. But in terms of my next read, I was actually thinking about picking up, Before We Were Strangers. It was on my original TBR. Like, I don't know how To Hate Adam Connor like slid its way into my TBR, and you know, this is just second chance romance, but I just read a romance book. I don't know. I'm gonna take a break because, you know, I just finished a book. I need to let it process, so then probably tomorrow I'll probably pick up a book. I don't know if I should start this. Okay, I think I'm gonna try and tackle this before I start a whole new book, and we'll see where that gets me. Hey guys, we have some updates. So, you know my issue with picking up a psalm that starts in silence, right? So I'm on page 71. We're making progress. But it's definitely further than I've been for the past 2 weeks, week and a half. This happened with the first book, A Song of Wraith and Ruin. I just enjoyed Karina's POV more, but here we get a dual POV. We get Karina and Malik. Majority of the book, they're almost like never together, which is kind of weird because this is like marketed as like this fantastical romance, and there's literally little to no romance. In the last book, they kissed at the end of the book, but like it was just, these two didn't even meet until like 230 pages into the first book. I'm like, don't market this as some fantastical romance, and these characters are meeting more than halfway through the book. What the fuck? And then, like, how do you build that up? And then they, like, dance and have 2 conversations, and they're just mesmerized by each other. I'm like, girl, but me too. No, but actually, what is this? They kiss, and then by the end of the book, they hate each other. And it's just, this is not a romance book. Romance is definitely like a side plot. If you want a fantasy romance, do not read this. But my point being, me like even picking up the camera, is to say that I enjoy Karina's POV so much more than Malik's. Malik is just so, I just find him so boring, and that's really it. Karina, she's such a different, did you hear that? So like complex, and she's just so powerful. She possesses this power. She keeps saying that she's powerless and that her grandma would do a different thing that she's doing. Her mom would make a different decision. But she feels powerless because of everything that's happened. She feels like she's failed her city and she can't really do anything, and now she's on the run because all this stuff. I'm not gonna get into it. But yeah, she's a really complex, interesting character. Her remembering that she has magic and she's using her magic to help save the day. But these two are definitely on 2 different journeys. I'm going to continue reading this. My goal is to get halfway by the end of January. So then by February, I can most likely finish this book, because I know for a fact that I would not be able to finish this book in 1 month, but also in one of the shortest months of the year. Like the shortest month of the year, I would not be able to finish this book. And then that also leaves room for me to read other books and this one. So I'm just like getting a head start on the readathon. That's basically what this is. Haven't been listening to Priest. I don't know. I've been kind of flip-flopping between reading it and listening to it, so that's the thing that's going on. But my main priority is to try and get far into this. Yeah. So I think like 150 pages into A Song of Storms and Silence. I'm actually really liking it, surprisingly. Remember how I was saying that Malik's storyline was boring? I don't think so anymore. Karina's storyline is still interesting to me, and honestly, the whole book as just a regular book, it's overall just getting more interesting. And I always do this. I always judge it when I'm like not even into the book. I'm like, so I'm 20% and I'm liking it. And then the next update, I'll be like 150 pages and I'm like, I'm not liking this anymore. Well, can you like give some more time to let the book be the book? I'm almost 50% in. I feel like I'm liking it more than I liked the first book. First book definitely was a setup for everything. I feel like more things are getting developed. The tension's increasing. The stakes are high. Do I still believe in the romance? No. No, I do not. I do not believe in the romance. I just don't feel it between them for some reason. I felt a romance between Karina and Farid more than I do Malik and Karina. So that's saying something. And then we all know that Farid was my favorite character until, you know, he became evil and now he's making Hanan his slave, low-key. It's like,
no, you can't go out until our omens are past.
You mean until the consequences of what you've done get passed? Goofy. Oops, it's a green light. Hey guys, so while I'm doing my math homework, I just want to update you guys on what I'm doing. So like while I'm doing some schoolwork, I'm listening to Priest. Okay, so these are my thoughts. I'm borderline 50% in, and I definitely thought it was gonna be more plot than smut. And that's why I actually chose to listen to it, because I was like, I don't want to listen to this religious talking about church and Christianity and stuff. No. That's my mistake. No, reading would definitely be better than this, because the way he's like enunciating things, narrating things, adding little sounds to things, it's just really like making me cringe. The book is good to me, kind of, but I'm just uncomfortable hearing it. That's why I think if I read it, it would have been a better experience. And I was switching like reading it and listening to it, but I just decided, hey, let me listen to it. It actually wasn't that bad earlier today, but now things he's saying, the things he's doing, and it's not the same thing. It's not giving Adam Connor like the things he's saying, no. The things he's saying is literally making me clench my fists and being like, ew. That's also my bad. Like, this is not the book being bad. I just can't stand to listen to it because it's making me cringe. Everyone's like, Sinner's the best. I'm just trying to get to Sinner. But at this rate, I don't know. If I knew that this was more smut than plot, I most likely would not have read it, because I love emotional romances more than like rom-coms or just pure smut. So this is definitely different. I just want to let you know that it's just a little hard to get through, and I have like 4 hours left. So I'm just gonna power through it and become the strongest soldier to ever exist. This book, y'all, it is so good. I'm actually not gonna say anything before I jinx it, because I usually always do. I would be like, I'm seeing this as a 5-star. Suddenly it's a 2.5. Like, what happened there? All I'm gonna say is this is really good. Getting some action is happening. I'm 246 pages in. It's getting good. Do I believe in the romance? No. Another thing, I thought Priest was gonna have more groveling in it, because from what I heard about it, I was like, okay, Priest, you know, as a priest, you're not supposed to be engaging in sexual acts, right? It's gonna be like a groveling, kind of a slow burn. No, there is nothing slow about this book. It's gonna be so cute, because like, you know, it's like, I want to, but I can't. No, they still break the boundaries. Definitely what I was thinking that I was getting into is not what's happening right now, but unfortunately, I can't change the story, and I just have to listen to it. Do I kind of tune it out because it's so disgusting to me sometimes? Yeah. When I do rate this book, if I finish it, I'm not gonna rate it based off of how it made me feel, like based off of me disliking it, because I chose to read the audiobook when I could have, you know, continued reading it, but I want to just finish the audiobook because I literally used a credit on it, and I'm not gonna waste a credit. Hello everyone, so I thought I would give you guys an outro and a wrap up to this video. If you remember from the beginning of this vlog, this was my TBR for this vlog. Daisy Jones and the Six, Psalm of Stars and Silence, and Before We Are Strangers. Did not read this book. Again, it's getting pushed back. Read this book for a vlog dedicated to the book. I think this was like a 2.75. Watch that if you want to know why I don't like this book. And then for my Black History Month readathon that I'm going to be doing in February, I want to get a head start on this because, babe, this book is like over 500 pages, and I just knew that I was not going to be able to read this book in its entirety in February. So I was like, let me get a head start on it. So I did. Goal was to get halfway through in this vlog, and I did. I'm on page 281. So nice, made a nice good dent into it, and I'm excited. Throughout this vlog, I was saying that I didn't really like it, or the first book was all right. I gave it like a 3. It felt boring at some points, and also it was just meh to me, and also the romance definitely fell flat. I did not feel literally anything for Malik and Karina, and the relationship, I'm like, how are you guys suddenly in love with each other by the end of the book, and y'all met halfway throughout the book? Anyway, I digress. But this book, going into it, it was hard to get into it, especially with the history I had with the first book. But once I hit like 150 pages, I started flying through the book. The tensions are high. I just love where this book is going right now. Do I still believe in the romance? Like I've said like 3 or 4 or 5 times, no. Farid, I know that he's a villain, but before I found out he was a villain, he was my favorite character, and like low-key he still kind of is. Like, I don't know what to say. Karina, she's always exciting. Her chapters and her point of view is always interesting to me. Malik is still boring. I don't know what it is, and he thinks he's that guy for flirting with Yema. He thinks he's that guy and he's a player. You are not him. Hanan, I enjoy seeing little snippets of her and Malik's point of view. I do like that she is starting to take reign and put Farid in his place, because you really think you're king. And this is the crazy part, because when Hanan was trying to order the people around to get some actual progress done and be a queen for her kingdom, Farid was like, you are not the queen as so long as Karina holds that title. Who are you talking to? Because you think you're the king and you can sit down because Karina is the queen. So then that makes you no one. Like, keeping her literally captive in the castle. You're sick. And the only reason why this is happening is because your ass fucking resurrected her from the dead, and now there's consequences to your action. Like, stop. I hate him. Still kind of love him though. I love when Hanan stands up to him and they fight. Caracal, Ife, Afua, and Karina, the four of them, they need their own book. They're so funny, so lighthearted, and I love Caracal is my favorite character. One of my favorite characters. I know I just said like Farid is one of them. No. Caracal, Farid, Karina. Those are my favorite. But yeah, I love Caracal's backstory. And he's just been through so much. I enjoy reading about it. And I feel like things are going to get even more intense, even more crazy. I'm just excited to continue reading it. So those are my TBR. I only read 2/3 of it, but it's okay. But the books I did finish are To Hate Adam Connor. That was a 4-star. Like I said before, Ella May's, it's perfect. I really enjoyed it. Just didn't get that 5-star feeling. That's it. I didn't really hate anything besides what I listed before earlier in the video. Yeah, I still think about the things that Adam Connor did to Lucy. And then I'm also currently reading Priests by Sierra Simone. I'm listening to that on Audible. Audible? I like mix audiobook and Audible together. I'm listening to that as an audiobook. Y'all already know my issues with that. Today, I just put it in my ears and I was just trying to get through it and just pretending that, you know, the things I was hearing, the things he was saying wasn't real. So yeah, I'm just kind of bumming through it. Remember when I said I wasn't going to judge it because of the fact that they were making sounds in the audiobook? No. Tyler was like,
I stuck to healthy relationships and vanilla sex.
I stopped my weaving at school and I was like, Tyler, what is that supposed to mean? That really just rocked my world when he said that, because I was like, so you're saying that to have a healthy relationship, which is what we should all strive for, you have to sacrifice something in some sort of way? Are you trying to romanticize unhealthy relationship because you want to have non-vanilla sex? Like, what are you saying right now?
Tyler, you are not that guy. Like, you were.
What is this priest doing with rope? He's saying these girls are vanilla because they offer a healthy relationship. What is wrong with you? And also, what's wrong with being vanilla? What's wrong with being vanilla? I hate you. I literally hate Tyler. 1 star. Another thing, it's like making the notion that he was explaining that the people that he could have non-vanilla sex with liked it because of some emotional trauma or just something else. Just something else that's like not particularly healthy. Just like it for another reason that's not. Just like it for a particular reason that's not the healthiest, right? And Poppy said, Tyler, I like having sex this way because I like it, not because I'm emotionally abused or I've been through some type of crazy trauma. Like, what is that connection that you are making? The only people that like when you call them a slut, filthy, when you spank them, literally tie them up with rope, are people that have emotional issues. Maybe you're the one with emotional issues. Have you ever stopped to think about that? Because you literally sat down and talked about how if you woke up a little bit earlier, how you could have saved your sister from committing suicide. So what are you saying about emotional trauma, emotional issues? Sit down, choke, and I hope you get fired from your job. Like, do you guys not see the issue with that statement? I don't think I'm getting the point across, like how harmful that statement is. Only girls who don't like vanilla sex have to be emotionally abused in some way. And if you just have a healthy relationship with this man, that means you're not emotionally abused in any sort of way. Like, what is wrong with you in your brain? Get psychiatric help, get professional help. You're over here like in confessions, you're literally a priest. You need God. Like, how does the priest need God? Okay, Poppy made him realize that he can't go all the way with women because he's afraid that he's going to break women like the man that broke his sister. I'm pretty sure a man raped his sister and he didn't know about it. So I guess from that experience, he feels like he can't be the way he wants to be because it would break women. Which I don't know how that would break women if you're doing it with consent. Unless you don't want to do it with consent, Tyler, jail. This book sucks. 1 star. I was looking through Goodreads and I was like, why is everyone not liking this book? I understand now. Because Tyler thinks he's that that guy, and he's not that guy. You have rope, you're spanking her, you're saying these disgusting things in her ear. He's like, I want to be rough with you, but like, I don't know. Ew, like, you're so nasty. I hate him. He was calling her a slut. Like, maybe it's me, guys. Maybe it's me. I can already tell you that this book would be getting a 1 or 2 star. And I don't even know if I'm going to read the second one, because guys, if I knew that this was going to be straight sex the whole way through, I would not have picked up this book. I already learned my lesson with first semester and a holiday hookup, or whatever that book I read 2 years ago. It was 1 year ago. I already learned my lesson that I don't like books like that. I thought this was going to be enriched with plot, smut, character development, and religious subplot. No, it's not anything of the sort. If I knew this was like that, I would not have read it. I don't even know if I want to read the second one, which is the whole point why I started this reading it in the first place. All sex. I'm like, God, are we not even gonna like pace this out? Ends with them having sex, starts with them again. And y'all, it's not even like a quick scene, right? So you'll have this long ass chapter of them having sex, right? It ends, and then new chapter, and then Tyler was like, what do you want right now? Poppy was like, you. And then they started having sex again. Now you would think, since they just did it, that it would just be shortened, right? And then on to the next thing that was gonna happen in the chapter. No, it is a fully detailed sex scene again, back to back. I'm like,
What is this?
even first semester was paced better than this, and that was bad, and that was terrible. No, because Tyler Bell and that teacher, I don't even remember what his name was. I don't even want to remember. They're like,
I love her. I think I'm falling in love with her.
literally how? Like, what have you connected on? I'm not gonna lie. Tyler and Poppy have connected on a lot more, and their relationship is much more developed than those people in first semester. But still, I do not care about Tyler and Poppy. I do not feel connected. I do not feel the romance between them. I don't understand how you guys love each other. Like, you guys connected. Y'all just shared your past with each other. That doesn't mean you automatically love the person. Tyler, maybe since you've been so deprived for so many years, you don't know what love is, actually. So I hate him. I hate this book. I hate everything about it. I sincerely just thought it was just me, that I just didn't like listening to it. But no, this book is actually garbage, like, objectively. Don't read it. This was long-winded, and I'm gonna stop talking about this stupid, dumb, worthless book. Might have to put it on 3 speed so I can get over it. Yeah, but that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Am I doing that? Wait, no, it's like you have to do. I'm not breaking my wrist to do that.